Did you ever just like look over the steering wheels you've been driving over the last couple weeks or last couple months since you knew that you were done and just go, holy crap, I did all that. Does that happen?
There's definitely been some moments of reflection. I'd say more so in recent weeks. Right when the season ended, I try to just get away and take some time with the family. But certainly the announcement made it all very real, and had some time to spend with those who have been a part of the journey and kind of really put some of my thoughts on paper and just feel a lot of those emotions, and really an incredible journey the last 20 years and really beyond that too. I mean, I think part of retirement too is just thinking that all that has gone into that career, and so it goes even well before actually making it to the NFL. So many experiences through college and back to high school, and even growing up, what you dream and aspire to do, and having had the chance to live out, those dreams in my athletic career was pretty remarkable.
So what is your proudest accomplishment now that you have the ability to say, I look back and I did this? Because you can no longer say, I'll think about it when it's over, because it is in fact over. So what do you got for me, Drew?
I'd say one of the things that really kind of just touched my heart, especially over the last couple of weeks, is just all the people that have reached out and expressed the influence that I had on them as a teammate or a friend, during this journey. And so just having a chance to read those and relive some of those moments, and also just think about those relationships, that's really what it's all about. I feel very fortunate to have been surrounded by so many great people along the way, coaches and teammates, friendships that I'll have for a lifetime, and just thinking back on the way that those guys influenced me and motivated me and inspired me along the way too.
What about the numbers? Because you're going to be able to sit there on the Football Night in America set, Drew, and say, I wish I had that 17th game. You know what I mean? Like you're all these records are going to be 16-game records that means everyone else has an asterisk next to theirs forevermore. So with the 17-game schedule coming, which of the numbers accomplishments are you most proud of that you were able to do?
I honestly, I think if you play long enough, a lot of that stuff adds up.
Right.
I really approached every season like I wanted to get better. There was I would always end each season, and before I started training that upcoming off season, I would always take kind of a hard look, a very analytical look at that previous season and where the areas that I think that I needed to improve, and then I would incorporate that into my training and just my overall thought process. And the numbers didn't always reflect those improvements, and yet I think as long as deep down I knew that I was continuing to grow and learn and get better, that's what was most important. And so what comes along with that is consistency. I think the way that I wanted to be perceived by others was they knew exactly what to expect out of me every time I stepped in the building and every time I stepped on the field, and what they were going to get from me in the game, what they were going to get from me in clutch situations. I wanted to be that consistent performer, that consistent influence. And I think that's probably, honestly, what I'm most proud of, is not any specific statistic or number, but rather the consistency that went with, my approach and the way that I looked at my job and the way that I looked at being a teammate for others.